Welcome back, everybody. Squitter, and today we have a very special guest among us, Ashnflash. Thank you for doing this interview, buddy. First of all, how are you doing?
Hi, buddy. I'm good. It is very hard to schedule times, and with streaming and making the daily content, it's exhausting. But yeah, I'm good. I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, man. Thanks for asking. I'm going to give you 20 serious questions and then 10 rapid questions. If you don't want to answer any of these questions, then just say pass or anything else to let me know. Let's start the interview. Okay, first question. What is your experience with YouTube so far? I mean, hitting so much subscribers in such a short time.
My experience with YouTube, I would say that it started off with me just being in the right place at the right time, with me starting doing CMF series on Flickr, and that kind of blew up. And then people told me to start an Instagram, and then of course that got me noticed by Justin, Just Too Good. And then I approached him with doing a series and working together, and then he got back to me a few months later, and we started doing it, and coming up on 2 years now, since we released the first series, the Nicktoons one. And it helped to have that connection, as of course that's been a big benefit. But yeah, it's been crazy. At least he's said. And it's not very common to see a channel grow this much. I mean, Fortnite channels really blow up, but specifically in the Lego community, like, it's crazy to see. Like, I look at some of the people that I remember being a big part of the community, and now I've surpassed them, and it's like, how did this happen? So I'm really really grateful to all the fans and everyone that I've met along the way, because I just it's my favorite job. I love it so much, and I'm so happy that I'm able to call it a job, and that I get to you know buy Lego, review Lego, and draw Lego, and I'm my own boss, which is just incredible. And it's just the connections that I've made on YouTube has just been it's been so phenomenal. I've met some really really great people, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
You have a big and loyal audience. What is the funniest thing a fan has ever commented or said to you?
The funniest thing that someone's ever said to me, I think the funniest thing when I read the comments is this real? When is this releasing? And I'm like, I literally just talked for 10 minutes about how, when I chose this piece for them, and I drew it this way, and it took me this long to make. And as well as, I just think, looking at him, like, there's a black line around my minifigures. Like, what do you mean? When is this coming out? I just think that that's really funny, and it's an honor. It really is. It's nice to see that people are like, dang, like, this looks realistic. And yeah, I think it's pretty funny.
You're a great YouTuber. One of the best Lego YouTubers out there, and you gotta admit that. And you have achieved a lot so far. What is the next big thing you wanna go for?
Oh, thank you, buddy. I mean, I guess my goal right now is just to get to 100K. That's really a big goal, and hopefully by the end of the year that'll be really great. I know that you just started, but that is a goal that I have for myself. I'd love to be able to do that. I really want a plaque, and I don't know, it kind of will validate things a lot more. But in terms of goals, not so much for YouTube, but I do really want to get a Lego Ideas project to 10K. I'm not really sure what it'll be, because the next one that I've said I'm doing is the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody one, but that's probably not going to get to 10K. It's more of just a passion project of mine. It's just like the Kingdom Hearts one that I have up, but that is a goal that I really would like to work on for sure.
Have you ever ran into a subscriber or someone that knows you because of your work on YouTube?
I have been recognized for my voice twice. I can't tell the one story because I know them personally. They just kind of put two and two together. And they like Lego and different things. But another one of the times that I've talked about publicly on stream was, I was at Toys R Us, and I was hunting for the 2020 sets, and I was in conversation with a couple of people who live in the area, and I was just talking to them, and they were telling me what Toys R Us had the new sets and different things. So I went there, and I was actually feeling through the bags and different things, and I was feeling through the DC bags, and of course I had to my left a cart full of the stuff that I was going to buy, all the new Star Wars sets, specifically the Mandalorian Battle Pack was there, which is, of course, it's a big set, and I was just sitting there feeling through the bags, and two people come up and they like were looking through the cart, and then taking the Mandalorian pack out of the cart, and that was one of the last ones that was on the shelves, and I needed it, like this is like I really, that was such a great grab, that no one else had it at that point, no other YouTubers or different things like that. So I that was what I came for, that and the DC figures. And so I was like, hey, what are you doing? Like that's my car. I don't really remember what I said. I don't think I played it back in my mind. I don't think I was necessarily the friendliest, because I was just like kind of shocked that someone was taking something out of my cart. They're like, oh, sorry. And I was like, oh, well, there's actually one over here. And I took them to another Mandalorian pack that I had found. And I was able to help them find it. And then I went home that day, and while I was building and editing videos and different things like that, I got a message saying, were you at this Toys R Us today? And I was just like, maybe. And it was just fun that the guy recognized me for my voice. And I, at that time, looked nothing like my Sig figure. I had a beard, and I'm not wearing my red jacket in public and different things like that. So it was just interesting to be recognized in public just by my voice alone. And I mean, we had talked before, and I said that I was going to be coming to get Lego, so we kind of put two and two together. But yeah, that was kind of interesting. That's really the only experience, I guess, in public, I would say, that I've been recognized.
We all know you love DC. What is the weirdest argument you've ever had with a Marvel fan?
I can't. I was trying to think of an argument. I don't really get into them specifically. Not that I can remember any. I tease Justin because he likes Infinity War, and I just think it's so overrated. But one that I think is really funny, I would say, is someone younger than me is a big Marvel fan, and I remember it was back when I was in school, and they had this was around the time of Age of Ultron, and they had a desktop picture with the Avengers and the Amazing Spider-Man on it. And I remember going up to them, and I was just like, why do you have that as your background? He's just like, I want Spider-Man to be in the MCU. And I said, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. They're never going to agree to it. And I went on for like a bit, and I was just like, it can't happen, blah, 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 legally. And then I remember when they announced that he was going to be joining the MCU, and just I remember him, he still doesn't let me live it down. He's just like, remember that time when you were just like, Spider-Man's never going to be in the MCU, and now it's one of like the biggest things and biggest parts of the MCU.
Why do you choose to remain anonymous? I mean, if it wasn't for you or my squid mask, would have never existed.
Why do I remain anonymous? I do a lot of, I have three jobs, a personal one as well as Justin and this. So, and of course, like my Lego collection has been gathering for many, many years. So it is really valuable. And, even now with this job, like I'm getting so much more Lego because this is my job now. Like I'm buying sets to specifically review and different things like that. So it is worth a lot. And personally, just privacy wise, like I do want to be able to go out in public, and specifically like the Lego store, and I don't want to be constantly I guess approached. Not that that would be a bad thing, because I think that there is a real big benefit of making that connection personally. I think that is something that I at some point, I said when the channel hits 1 million I'll do a face reveal. But honestly though, when the point does come for me to do a face reveal, like I think that it'll be a form of connection and connecting with people. And just at the moment, I'm not ready for that. It's too early on as well. I would say I've only been going for what, maybe I'm coming up on 2 years, so it's just definitely down the line. But there's an infinite number of things, like once people know who I am, then it's not just me that is coming out and stepping out into the public. It's also like I'm putting my family there, and it's just, you know, any it's just complicated, and I never know where this is going to take me either. Like I've gotten a lot of great opportunities and been able to partner with a bunch of different companies and different things. So who knows? Like, you just got to be careful, I think, and it is important that you do keep your face anonymous. And look at Justin; he's been doing this for much longer than me, and he's still been doing that. So I think it is important.
Well, the magic of mystery. Question 7. What is the first editing software you used for your videos?
The first one that I ever used was Adobe Premiere Pro, and that's just because that's the only one that I have. I get the suite through my program that I'm studying, graphic design. So I get Adobe Photoshop and all that stuff. So that's the one that I use, and I had a bit of experience with it in high school, so it just made the most sense. So the first video was The Incredibles, and that was used with Premiere, and still using it to this day.
Question 8. Besides your Spider-Man PS4 figure, what is the most rarest figure you own?
Well, besides the Spider-Man one, now I would say the Barb one, but I guess they're equally rare. But I don't know. I guess I was given a lot of Lego when I was a kid, and it was a bunch of old stuff like the Robin Hood and the Pirates at Castle and different things. But in terms of value, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I did buy like the Joker and the Batman one from the Tumblr, and I'm thinking as well back to some of the other big sets like that. Like Harley's worth a lot, as well as Dooku and different things like that. Also, I have all the Toy Story figures. Davy Jones is another one from Pirates of the Caribbean. He's worth a lot. But I guess actually, technically, the most rare minifigure that I have right now that not a lot of people have is the Venomized Iron Spider, because I did buy that early. So I guess that's technically my answer. Probably more rare, I guess, because you can't buy that. Can't buy that right now.
Question 9. If you didn't become a YouTuber, what would you be up to right now?
Oh well, like I said, I have a personal job that I'm not. I haven't said what it is publicly yet, but right now I'm also in school. So I'm in my final semester. Finally, I'm just so done with school, and I've been studying graphic design for the past 4 years, and I'm just so glad to be done with it. But that if I wasn't doing YouTube, I would probably have just that side job, and yeah, I guess I'm still working for Justin if I didn't have YouTube.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Just be selfish in your answer.
Where do I see myself in 10 years? That's a loaded question. I would love to have my own place, like my own, whether it's an office or something like that. I would love that. I would love to, still be doing this, hopefully. And I like to think, like, I look at Ryan as a bit of an inspiration in terms of specifically, like, he's carved out, I would say, the Lego Star Wars demographic on YouTube. And I personally would love to carve out the Lego superheroes. Like, I love Marvel, I love DC so much. Like, it's a really big passion of mine. So that is my goal, and that would be really great. And I would love to be I don't know, 10 years from now. Oh my goodness. I'd love to have had the 10K or the 100K plaque. That would be awesome. I mean, a million would be nice, but I don't think in 10 years that'd be possible. But, just happy and just hopefully still loving what I'm doing, and who knows, going to conventions and different things. That'd be a lot of fun. Of course, post face reveal like that would be really, really awesome. I look forward to the day where I get to go and talk to people in person at conventions, and have a panel and different things like that where people can ask me questions in real life. I think that would be such an honor, and definitely a goal at some point. That would be really, really awesome. And who knows, even have a business of making minifigures physically, or sending them to people digitally, and having people send me what they want made into minifigures. That is something that I do want to do once I have more time, once I'm done with school.
Okay, those were the first 10 questions. Let's do a few rapid questions. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is just gonna be basic, pizza or pasta. Pasta is really great as well. Anything like uh, I like sushi as well. I'm trying to think. It's nothing like specific that I'm like, oh my goodness, I need this. But yeah, I'm easy to please, I'd say.
Your favorite movie?
Oh, there's too many to pick from. I'd rather pick franchises and different things with like just saying Marvel or Star Wars, and it's hard to pick, But yeah, the Lego movies are great as well. Toy Story is such a big part of my childhood. I can't forget about that. Yeah, I don't know. But my favorites, I guess, from those, I would say, oh, even Pirates. Like, just I love series. I think more than like individual movies. But for sure, like Toy Story 2, the Lego movie, the Lego Batman movie, Star Wars Episode 6 and 3, and Pirates 2. Those are some of my favorite movies. I can't pick one, I don't think. And yeah.
Who is your celebrity crush?
Um, Celebrity crush. Uh, I don't know. I guess Amelia Clark. Um, Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there is one in my mind, but I just can't place. Like I can't pick. I can't remember. Um, but I feel like I've said this recently, and I just can't think of who it is.
What is your favorite color?
Oh, come on, red, obviously.
Oh, so of course. Sorry, I forgot. How old are you? For real, nobody exactly knows.
I think I have said this on stream, but I normally just say 20 plus because it makes me sound older. So that's what I'm gonna say.
What is your favorite car?
Favorite car? I could care less about cars. I'm not a car person. But I'd go with the Batmobile. I don't know car types. Couldn't tell you. I have literally no interest in it. If does it turn on? Great. That's excellent.
What's the best view of Canada? Who's your favorite actor or actress?
Favorite actor? Probably Robert Downey Jr. I'd say. But one that I've seen a lot of movies for is Tom Hanks, and Chris Pratt. I'd say as well, or Steve Carell. I don't know. A lot of. I have a lot.
What is your favorite game?
My favorite game is the one that I always say is probably Minecraft. I've spent the most hours in that, and I love it so much, and I love the Lego theme as well. And yeah, Minecraft, I just have so many fond memories, and hopefully down the line I get a gaming computer so that I can stream Minecraft because it is just, it's one of my favorite games of all time. I do love it so much, and it's a big part of, I think, of who I am and how I socialize with people and different things like that. So yeah.
What is your favorite pasta?
Pasta, yeah, just anything with cheese, cheese and Alfredo sauce specifically. I'm not too big a fan of tomato sauce. Depends on the pasta, but need a lot of cheese on it.
Okay, those were all the rapid questions. Back to the sort of normal questions. The Netherlands and Canada are on the same latitude, but it's still ice cold in Canada. What is the most annoying thing about the weather in Canada?
The most annoying thing about the weather, is just really cold sometimes, and I just specifically that's another thing is once I'm done with school, I just never want to leave the house during the winter. My goodness. So I hate waking up in the morning and just having to walk. It's a lot of I don't like it. I'm just tired of the snow, and I love summer. But in terms of weather, I mean it's not that bad, and this year wasn't that bad either.
I have been waiting for this question so long. What is the most Canadian thing about you? What Americans don't have?
The most Canadian thing about me, I do say a lot. Specifically, though, something interesting I would say is in my. I would say probably just the fact that I say a lot. Like, I definitely notice it sometimes on stream. I'm like, hey, did you hear about that A? Isn't that pretty cool A? And it's just something that I add. I don't know why. You just hear it a lot here. And I would also say that in terms of some of the thumbnails and titles of videos, spelling things with our at the end is something that a lot of people don't quite understand, that some words in the English language is spelled differently in different countries. So yeah, that's kind of something that I have seen a lot of people like, you added a U to that, like what's wrong with you? And I'm like,
Question 13. Could you tell us a random fact that you've came across this week?
a random fact that I've come across this week. Oh, I just found out today. Someone was telling me that AT&T, I believe, owns DC Comics, and I didn't realize that was a thing. I thought DC Comics was their own company. I didn't realize that they were owned. And they were talking about, there's some rumor going around that that DC is going to shut down if their new big event doesn't do well, and Marvel's going to buy them up. But yeah, no, I was really, I had no idea. I thought DC was their own company, so that's kind of interesting.
Really? I knew DC was owned by Warner Bros. Though. Question 24. This is a question from a fan called I Talk Lego. He asked you, have you been good at art since a young age or quite recently?
Yeah, I've always been pretty good at art, I'd say. I have a lot of memories drawing, all when I was a kid, and drawing Lego specifically has always been something that I would prefer doing over drawing humans and different things like that. So I would always do that. And in high school, or in middle school, uh, there was, you have to take, of course, art and music. But then when you get into grade 9, I had to pick between art and music, and I was pretty good at both, and both of the teachers wanted me. And I had already promised one of the art teacher that I would take art. And yeah, so I won different art awards and stuff like that. And of course, now I'm studying graphic design. So yeah, it's interesting to see. You could go on Instagram, and I think I have a few videos up on YouTube just showing the progression of how far I've come from my like original styles to where I am now.
Question 25. We're almost done. What would you like to be remembered about you?
What would I like to be remembered about? Hopefully it would be my personality. I try to be funny, and I try to be personal, and hopefully I come across as nice in the things that I say, and as well as just in terms of like YouTube, like I want to be remembered for the CMF series, and as well as being some of the first people to review certain sets and break certain news. Like that's something to me that I can't really wrap my mind around, like, and getting the views that I do. Like I have for some of these set reveals for like Star Wars or Minecraft, I have the most watched views on YouTube, and I'm like, how is this like, where, how did I'm only have 70K subscribers. There's people covering it with way more than me, but somehow people are coming to me for news, and that's just kind of a surreal thing. And I remember when I was the one looking for news, so it's just weird that the tables have really just come 180.
Your dog's name's Bruce. If you'd ever take a cat, would you call her Selena?
Her name's not Bruce, it's Bella. My my the hyena, his name is Bruce from Birds of Prey. But that would be a good name for a cat for sure. I don't like cats though. I love kittens, and then they just turn evil. So, but that would be pretty funny.
What? Oh, really? So I'm sorry. I checked your Instagram like a million times to make sure your name was Bruce, but I was wrong. Well, anyways, question 7. What's the biggest thing on your bucket list, and how will you achieve that?
I don't really have a bucket list, but something that I have always wanted to do is go to Europe as well as Australia. Specifically Australia. I love so much. The content creators that I watch are all Australian mostly. It's just such a beautiful country, and I would really want to go there someday.
Okay, almost there. But what do you do in your free time?
I don't have free time. I'm always working. My brain never stops thinking. Either, you know, I'm whenever I have free time, I'm writing down like series. I'm trying to get ahead. I with my job and my jobs and school, I have no time. I'd say that my off time is me streaming because I love that, and I do watch a lot of other TV shows and different things, but I will always have my laptop with me and working. It's very rare that I just am sitting there and not doing something related to a job or something.
29. This is a bit more of a serious question. Do you think you're influential to children with the same dreams as you once had?
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like I've been saying that, you know, throughout this whole thing. Different comments that I've made, like this has been something that I never thought would be possible. And I remember when I was watching Justin as a fan, and now like he's like one of my closest friends, and that's a really weird feeling as well. But yeah, I hope that this is inspiring people. And I mean, I try my best to read every single message that I do get on Instagram, and I don't know if I should be saying that publicly, but you know, I try my best to always make myself personal and talk to people and give them advice. Like I have tutorials up. I have these things for a reason because I love it when people are like, you were such a big inspiration for me, or your videos just help me get through the day and different things. Like it means the world to me, and I just never thought that I'd be in this position.
Well, you definitely are for me, and you grew so fast, and you get recognized for your work so well, and well, so thank you for that, and for everyone you inspire, and of course your friendship, because that's one of the only reasons I kept going. Um, this was not part of the interview I sent to Ash, by the way. Last one. It wouldn't be a real interview if we wouldn't have this question. What is one message you would like to give to your fans?
I would hope that if you take anything away from this, that you would realize that I was a fan of these people and Lego YouTubers and just YouTubers in general. So I think that the biggest encouragement that I can give people is just to keep trying, and your art style. Like if I look to where I was a year ago, it's vastly different. So just don't give up. Just keep going, and it's important that you push for your dream. Like the reason I'm in graphic design is because I've always wanted to design Lego and be a designer, and I looked at the requirements to design the sets for Lego, and I saw that it was you needed a bachelor of design. So I, of course, went into that for high school or after high school, and now I'm able to design my own Lego, and that's something that it's kind of taken a shift. Like maybe one day I would like to work at Lego, but for right now, I'm can't believe that I get to sit down every single day and be like, all right, well, this is the series for next month, and let's make that list, and let's start working on this figure for that series and different things like that. So it's really unique and really special to me, and it's just I kept pushing. That was a dream of mine, and I took the steps that I needed to do, and I kept going. And specifically with the CMF series, I mean, it's night and day from where I was originally. I guess over 2 years ago now. I think it's 3 years since the Disney series too. So it's quite crazy. But you just gotta keep going. You gotta push through it, and especially with school, I hate it. I really do. But it is important, and it is something that you do need to do. It's something that I can fall back on if YouTube fails, and I will have my degree, but specifically, like school is a very important thing.
Okay, you're done, man. To finish the interview or to have a replacement, if one of the questions won't work out, and maybe a little bit for me personal, I thought we really needed this question after all this controversy. If Margot Robbie asked you out for a date, would you say yes?
Uh, yeah, of course, it's Margot Robbie. I guess you could chuck her on in with Amelia Clark before, but yeah, of course, any celebrity. I mean, come on now, of course, but it's Harley. It's Harley.
Okay, alright, man. thank you for doing this interview. I hope you enjoyed it, and I did. I really did. And well, I hope we'll do a cooperation soon again. And just have a great day. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for asking me these questions. It was fun to sit down and record, and I hope the video does well, buddy.